Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a TVZ from TSL 9 featuring Solar and HeRoMaRinE. Right side it's Solar, left side it is HeRoMaRinE. So the German Big Gabe versus the Korean Solar. Both of these players are excellent in their own right, but not quite at the top tier of StarCraft 2. So I want to see how they do against each other here. It's a fairly even match, as far as I am concerned. Maybe you think differently, but this is my channel, so I'm going to voice my opinions. So Terra the Overlord scouting out. That's right, man. That is a pretty ugly crab beetle down there. You'd pay him no mind. You keep flying right on by, dude. He doesn't deserve any of your attention. Solar, 16, 18, 17. HeRoMaRinE. Ooh, is he going command center first? HeRoMaRinE. Oh, he's pulling a Maru. He's pulling a Clem. I haven't seen HeRoMaRinE do this before. I love it, though. I talk it up every time it happens in a TVZ, because unless your opponent goes 12 pool, which is pretty rare these days in a TVZ, you can get away with this thing. Now, you don't want to do it every time, because then every Zerg that plays against you will 12 pool you and ruin your day. But if you throw it in every once in a while, I mean, maybe up to even half the time, I think you can get away with it. There's just nothing that a 16-hatch Zerg can do to shut this down. I love it. I like it a lot here from HeRoMaRinE. It puts him ahead. And that's what you want to be in the first minute and 37 seconds of a game against somebody like Solar. You'd like to be ahead. And he is. He pulled it off. Overlords are scouting for proxies. No, sir. This is the opposite of a proxy. This is Buchu. Command center first. Into barracks with double gas. Now finishing here too. Ooh. I don't think I've seen a battle cruiser opening off of a command center first play in a TVZ ever, but I feel like that's in the back pocket here. There is a Reaper on the way. We've seen Maru do this, but just make Marines not worry about the Reaper stuff. Is this a third before? No, this is about the right time for a third base. Yeah, like 215. A little bit early. Solar, I guess he wanted to get here in case the Reaper showed up and tried to block him from getting out. Now he's out. And there you go. So 223 on that base. Upgrading to an orbital. Everything is hot and good there. Our Reaper popping now. This Reaper's name is simply Rammstein, which I think is the name of a German heavy metal band, if I remember correctly. I want to say they were huge in the 90s. But like, are they still around? Apparently, I think somebody's still a huge Rammstein fan because they put that as a Reaper name on the channel. Which again, if you want me to cast a game and put your Reaper name in it, then just put a comment on any of my videos. Put Reaper name and then the name. If you want a backstory for it, you can. If you don't want a backstory for it, that's fine too. Rammstein doesn't have a backstory. And that's cool. So Hellion Shenanigans, that was a great scout. Came in, saw, okay, so that's a reactor. That's probably going to be Hellions. Solar's really used to this stuff. It's going to force some units out here from Solar. I guess he's really just going to use Queens, though, isn't he? Yeah, it's going to be Queens and Lings, and we're not going to see anything interesting out of Solar until that lair comes up, would be my guess. There's no real reason for him to make anything but Lings and Queens. Queens can handle pretty much anything that shows up here. Ling, you might say, but you need Banelings. What if Hellbats show up? I've seen Zerg players handle that with Lings and Queens, really no problem. So I used to think you need Banelings for that, but no, I am disabused of that notion. You definitely don't anymore. So alright, it was a really fast second base. Not really a fast third, though. That's kind of the trade-off that I've seen, is that Terran players who go for the fast CC first don't have that third base coming up sub 3 minutes, like a lot of the times we see. There it is. It's starting at sub 4 minutes. About 4 minutes is the start time there, so it's later. You know, and it is a fusion core. Okay. So HeRoMaRinE is trying to go battle cruisers here. He hasn't taken any gases at his second base yet, which to me indicates he probably is going to go for a lot of BCs. Maybe just the one, but you know, he can change that. He can totally change that whenever he wants to. So third base up, Queen spreading that creep. Such an important thing to do as a Zerg player. Always has been, always will be. We do sometimes see Zerg players not worry about it, but against Terran especially you want it. Because if Terran sneak attacks you with like 24 Marines and a tank, and they just plant right here, you're like, oh, okay, well, this base is dead. But if you see them coming, then it's easier to handle, obviously. So let's see, one battlecruiser on the way. Is that it's a barracks? Yeah. I don't think this is going to be a lot of BCs, especially because we're not getting Yamato here. Creep spread left side. Creep spread center. Viking trying to kill overlords. No, the queen says, you cannot. Not allowed. Queen count heavy right now. 8 queens at 5 minutes and 55 workers. Ling pops in to see what's what. Okay, all right. Nothing to see there. Just a full wall leading into the natural base. No real intel gained. Unfortunately, well, there's not a third base landed, which is what this Zergling is consistently checking. Oh, this purple is so hard to see on the creep. Why is every one of these games yellow-purple? Is TSL just trying to be like, just make sure you're watching a TSL game? Because we make the players use yellow and purple as their colors. I mean, I don't know. Is this maybe one of the color combinations that there is no color blindness for? Like, colorblind plays it difficult? Anywho. Boop. Battle Cruiser has arrived, baby. He's got 3 kills. He's got 4 kills. He's got 5 kills. He's taking some spore hits and some queen hits, but he doesn't have to stick around for anything. Meanwhile, Viking tries to kill an overlord. No, dies. Third base gets attacked a little bit by a Ling, but that information is there. See, Battle Cruiser purple on this map is so hard to see. Why is this not just red versus blue? So you'll notice we don't need a Spire here. It's 1 Battle Cruiser. 2 Battle Cruisers you can handle with queens and spores. Once it gets up to 3, 4, 5, yep, that's when you need a Spire. That's when you need Corruptors, and that's when certain players can kind of struggle a little bit. Oh, that's a jump out, baby. Get out of there. Come on. Okay, just running is good. You didn't have to jump in because you jumped, well, jump out because you jumped in. Your cooldown's not even ready yet. But look at all this dead airspace back here. Oh, that's great. That is such a great place to hide. Creep spread pushing left. Creep spread pushing right and down. And the third base by HeRoMaRinE by Big Gabe is up. He's going for a ton of Marines with Medivacs now. It's about 7 minutes. It's about time to move out. Let's see if we can kill Solar between now and the 10-minute mark. These are really strong pushes that even the best players in the world, like Cyril, like Rogue, like Raynor, can die to. That's why we see Terrans do them all the time. This little 7-minute push, it can go very, very well. Or it can go very, very poorly. This is a whole position. Oh, this Battle Cruiser jumping. Beautiful jump. Absolutely sick jump here. All this creep gets cleared out. Here at the 4th base of Solar, 12-ish clock position. There's slow Banes up, but the Lings are fast. They force a pickup, and that's a get out of there. Yeah, I mean, so there were no tanks in that. A couple Hellions, but really nothing too scary. Like the Marines alone, especially if 1-1 is done for the Lings and Banes, that is so good. Combat Shield wasn't done either for the Marines, so that was like the worst position for them. It was 1-1 Lings and Banes, and no upgrades for the Marines at all. They had Stim. I guess they had 1-1 themselves. But they didn't have Combat Shield, which is a huge deal. So they had to get out of there. Restoring this creep spread Solar. You know, sometimes he plays like Cyril. He's very good at this game. 5th base coming up from him right side. Right about that 3 o'clock spot. And this is a lot of Marines. There are the tanks. I was like, where are the tanks at? There they are. But Solar's already getting an Infestation Pit. He's getting Hydras. That's a beautiful tank position set up there. So annoying. He can hit this extractor if there was an extractor there, but there's not one. Battle Cruiser harassing the 5th base all by his lonesome. Yeah, this is tough. This is a really tough position for Solar to hold on to. He really doesn't want to lose this base, though. Oh, this 13-kill Battle Cruiser, man. He's killing drones. The tank can't hit this hatchery, but the Marines with +1 and Stim are doing pretty good here. Baneling speed is done, and every time you go to... oh, that's a transfuse. He really wants this hatch, and I think he's going to get it. 40, 30, 20, bam, hatch down. That was a really accomplished, really, really dedicated play to take down that hatch. That was big. Is this making a counterattack happen from Solar? He's like, you killed my base. I'm going to kill one of yours. Ha-ha! This base doesn't exist yet. Oh, well, yeah, this isn't actually all that defended. If he came in, I think he could do something there. But there is a drop moving out from HeRoMaRinE into the land of all of the queens. Can they handle it? I don't know. But Solar's coming back home to help. Oh, boy. Okay, so that wasn't exactly planned by Solar, but by golly, it worked out. There's a lot of dead Marines and Marauders there for basically nothing. Creep spread continuing to be awesome. Solar still can't take this 12 o'clock. There are still tanks over here. Marines ready to go. A bunch of Medivacs just hanging out. Which, not ideal. Like, you don't want Medivacs just to hang out. Oh, is he doing it? He's doing it! It's not a very cost-efficient trade he's going to make here. God, his banelings exploding on tanks and stuff, but he finally got rid of all of those tanks and marines hanging out on the other side of this, I don't know what it is, this place you can't walk on at all. That's a pickup. HeRoMaRinE, no! HeRoMaRinE picking up. HeRoMaRinE, taking some bane hits there too. I think he's trying to focus too much on this drop. Unloading into death. That's not good. The attack pushing in. If you can kill some queens here, that would be good. But the baneling hits. Sub-Zero leaves the base. By Sub-Zero leaves the base. Leaves the game. And Hydras are here to deal with the tanks because pretty good, honestly, Hydras are against smaller numbers of tanks. Especially, my gosh, Battlecruiser jumps over in conjunction with the Marines. It's a 28 kill Battlecruiser, man. Look at this guy go. This attack with this 12 o'clock is something that HeRoMaRinE really wants to kill. Like, a lot. Marine Battlecruiser working out pretty darn well here. Yeah, man. So HeRoMaRinE's up 183 to 177 supply. He's expanding a bunch. He is really just keeping this pressure on Solar. And I gotta say, Solar's in trouble. He's getting a Lurker 10. He's getting Adrenal. Those two things are going to help him immensely against these Marines and these tanks to a certain extent. This little drop. These queens are like, oh wait, we're injecting. Never mind. We don't want to kill these medevacs after all, I guess. Man, this attack just never ends. I don't know if these are good trades. I mean, look, Solar's lost 12,000 resources to 9,000 for HeRoMaRinE, which is within the normal parameters of this matchup. Not like Solar's getting his butt kicked here or anything. Oh, but he does manage to unload to the natural base and then picks up and runs on over to the main base, where there are queens and spores, though, so that medevac dies with a Marine left in it. Medevac down. Evacuation going to be a little bit more difficult. Banelings show up. HeRoMaRinE picks up and boosts out again. This is just so much aggression from HeRoMaRinE. He's getting upgrades, too. He's working on his 3-3 right now at 12 minutes, which is just, that's as good as you can get, honestly, in a TVZ. To get that 3-3 coming up at 12 minutes makes your Marines and Marauders so tough to take down. You know, Banelings are still really good against the Marines. Oh, there's Ghosts out. Of course there are. Of course HeRoMaRinE has Ghosts out now. And look, here's why I'm bad at StarCraft. He's evacuating this base. Wow. I would have gone down this ramp and been like, I don't care what's down here. Let's kill it. And like lost 47 Zerglings and like 63 Banelings to kill 3 tanks. I was like, that was not worth it at all. Little ling run by into HeRoMaRinE's third base, though. Okay, he has the Adrenal, but that's a lot of Marines and Marauders, and they've got the 3-3 now, and they do not. The Lings don't have that yet. Oh, could have saved that hatch. Dude, HeRoMaRinE. Big Gabe. These Marauders, though, 3 kills apiece. Pretty darn injured. They're going to go home and try to get healed up. I think that's the play here. The Vipers out for Solar are a big deal. Blinding Cloud on these tanks makes these events, engagements, a lot easier to deal with. Lings, Banes, off creep, but Blinding Cloud is up. Right side attack too. The flank going pretty well. All 3 of these tanks are going to die very quickly to Adrenal Lings. HeRoMaRinE pulling back and forced to pick up and get out of there. He does not like what he sees. And Solar has finally kind of pushed HeRoMaRinE off of his front doorstep. Although, there's a tiny group of Marines down here to the south, too, because HeRoMaRinE is never doing just one thing. And the Lings show up, and the pickup happens. I mean, HeRoMaRine's doing great. It's now 20,000 resources lost for Solar and 15,000 lost for HeRoMaRinE. I mean, he's not French. He's German. I can't really do a German accent, though. Creep spread, the center area is getting creep spread fairly well. Yeah, these Lings decide they want to take this because they've got Adrenal. They're awesome. Oh, yeah, and +3 armor, too, which is just, Marines are just like, we don't like +3 armor on anything, at least, you know, not even on the Zerglings, which are squishy boys. More and more ghosts coming in. And I mean, look, HeRoMaRinE hasn't really taken a serious hit to any of his bases yet. He's on 1. There you go. There's that Ghost Academy getting personal cloaking. 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. He's working on a 6th down this way. And Solar taking his own new 5th base, 6th base top left. That is a 6th base. So it's a lot of Lingbane Hydra here. +2 missile attack is on the way. And the Lurkers are ready to rock. Do they have Seismic Spines yet? Of course they have Seismic Spines. No self-respecting elite Zerg player is ever going to be like, I'm going to make a bunch of Lurkers and not give them their range upgrade that makes them outrange planetary fortresses. It's not really something that happens, is it? No, it's not an upgrade they ever forget. They forget about Adrenal sometimes. Solar didn't today. But they never forget about Seismic Spines. It makes the Lurkers infinitely better. In games of RTS, speed is good, range is good. And, you know, damage done is also important, but seriously, range is amazing. Range, it's not like altogether more important than damage, but you can outrange somebody and still hit them decently. You can beat them pretty easily, even if they can hit like a truck, right? So top left 6th base gets wiped out while it's coming up. That's a cancel. That's a Nidus. Soul just Nidusing right in HeRoMaRiNE's front door. It's like, yo, man, what up? You ever heard of Nidus worms? And every Terran player is like, oh, yes, we have. Lift the wall. Ah! And a big attack into the 3rd base. And, oh, he drops on the Nidus and kills it, but also taking a ton of spines at the same time. They kill the Nidus worm, but the 3rd base is in shambles. Bailing just kind of rolling on through here. Hitting the ghosts. They don't do bonus damage versus ghosts. Oh, Parasitic Bomb on these Medivacs as well. Secondary Nidus comes up so the Lurkers can get out of there if they need to. Taking down the Ghost Academy would be pretty hot. But HeRoMaRiNE's got a big attack. He just took down the 3rd base of Solar while he was at it. Oh, man, this is a pretty crazy back and forth match right now. We got to pay attention to the mini-map. Okay, is that a pickup? Yes, HeRoMaRiNE's getting picked up, and there's a Hydra. Oh, Hydras are sniping those Medivacs, dude. He does finally clear out the Lurkers in his own main base thanks to the power of, you know, ghosts mostly, but 40 SCVs died during that battle. That's terrible. But Solar lost a base in the process. He still hasn't retaken his 6th in the top left yet. Boom, 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 boom. More and more Lurkers coming in right now. Resources lost 31,000 to 26,000. So Solar's kept a pretty even resources lost ratio over the last 3 to 4 minutes or so. I mean, if you kill 70 SCVs, yeah, you're 70. Did I say 70? Like 40. Like 40 SCVs. Boom, boom, boom. Yum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Creep spreading, everything is happening right now. I don't know, we're back in the Nidus network. These Vikings are ready to patrol against any overlords or overseers that show up and go to town on any Nidus worms that tend to erupt or try to erupt from the ground here inside the main base. Yeah, I mean, HeRoMaRiNE's got a big chunk of ground here that belongs to him, but he hasn't really expanded anywhere new in a while. He hasn't taken this base, which I thought, I mean, there are 2 orbitals here. Ah, you're just clearing creep. Get out of here. It's Lingbane. No, run for your lives. Like a first-person StarCraft would be so fun that way because you'd be a Marine, part of this squad, and you're just clearing creep, and then in the distance you see like 100 Lings and Banelings charging at you. How intense would that be? Also, Nidus coming up inside the main base of HeRoMaRiNE. While this is going pretty well for Solar, the tanks just keep getting obliterated, but the ghosts do not. Oh, this is coming up. Where did the Vikings go? The Vikings were to prevent this very thing from happening. I like how these Lurkers are burrowing, and they're not really in range of anything. Look at this guy spazzing out. Hey, man. I think he got told to burrow. So the Ghost Academy is going to die. Really no saving that. Ghosts are taking Lurker spines to the face, but also nice. Liberators combined with Ghosts, pretty good stuff. So Ghost Academy does not die, but it is burning down very quickly. And repairing it seems like it should be a priority here for our guy HeRoMaRinE, who needs those ghosts. But I don't think he knows. I think his attention is elsewhere right now, and the poor thing's gonna just... All right, Ghost Academy down. That sucks. You know, for whatever reason, that Ghost Academy falling is maybe the first time I feel like Solar's gonna win this game. So remember, lurkers outrange everything. Oh, hang on. You're being detected? Oh! Oh, look at the range on that lurker spine. Yeah, it's insanely good. Nah, Ling Bane just crashing over everything again. This left side base, HeRoMaRinE trying to take a new one. Maybe this is why he hasn't tried, and that's it. Solar comes out on top. HeRoMaRinE does not like the state that he's in the game right now. And he just lost 14 more SCV, so he lost 52. He's got a full 50. He's got 52. So he killed 52 and he's got 52, or lost 52. That's crazy. That is an exact even number, very strangely enough. But I guess army value, right? He's got 2 ghosts, 8 tanks. That's it. That's pretty much all he has. Army value 82 to 58, but a bunch of those are medevacs, and a lot of those are tanks that are in production but not here yet. Yeah, I wonder if he recognized that he was missing... Right, I wonder if he recognized that he was missing his Ghost Academy, and he went to make a bunch of ghosts and was like, wait, what? How? Why? What? What do you mean you can't make ghosts? And he was like, oh. I let it burn to death. He's going to assume that Solar killed it, and Solar almost killed it, and then HeRoMaRinE let it burn down. He had some time to go respond to that thing, but yeah, Solar just on the receiving end of a ton of damage. 700 lings died, 3 hatcheries went down in this game, which is a lot. A couple more were canceled. 71 banelings, 15 lurkers, but the Nidusy stuff is what really matters. Really took out a lot of things that belong here in the main base of HeRoMaRinE that are gone now. Not good. Not good at all. Woof. So yeah, I mean, HeRoMaRinE had some really strong stuff going, right? This 12 base dies. He prevents it from getting replanted. He's harassing the crap out of this 3 o'clock base. He takes the 6th base down after it finishes. Coming back throwing a counterattack, the 3rd base also dies. Insane. Like, truly insane stuff here. He's dropping all over the place, but Solar is defending and rebuffing and rebutting and just taking every attack of HeRoMaRinE's. And it's not free. I mean, it's a 41,000 resources lost game from Solar, but a 38 from HeRoMaRinE. Remember when it was 5 difference and now it's 3 difference? That's it. That's how you know Solar won that game, is because that number changed. But yeah, Solar took some hits, but he made HeRoMaRinE pay for every one of the, every unit that died, every building that possibly died during those drops too. And then, yeah, just the Nidus, just the whole Ling Bane swelling in here, which there just weren't enough tanks to really ruin them. Plus, this wall didn't get raised. That would have bought some time. Yeah, tough. Solar's macro is just insane there. There's a reason this dude makes it into like the semifinals or quarterfinals of premier tournaments all the time. He's never won one, but Solar is very scary. Really scary. Man. All right, fantastic. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.